I can't lie. I've stalled the entire morning. The entire morning. It is 11:07. I mean, that is the latest I've ran in a very long time. I'll probably be done 12:30. Then I'll be in a rush to get to work. Do I regret it? Yes. I'm not gonna lie. But not every day is perfect, right? Just yesterday, I was thinking while I was at work, I was like, wow. I wake up, I run, I fuel myself properly, I lift weights, and I go work. My entire day is like I'm getting the things I prioritize and want done. But not every day is gonna be like that. And today was one of those days. I'd let myself get comfortable and let the time fly. So with it being 11:10, I am gonna still go run. I'm not gonna let that go. It'll take about an hour and a half. So I'm gonna get myself ready right now. I did have extra fuel this morning. I wanted to give you a heads up on in case that really affects my run. I had my kefir with honey, a cup with about 2 tablespoons of honey. I had 2 bananas, a little bit of blackberries. Honestly, the entire bin was moldy, so most of it had to go. And almost a full bin of strawberries. Most of them were ripe, so I had 13 and a half ounces of strawberries. So I'm at 700 calories. They are properly digested. Trust me when I say that, because my ass has been sitting here for long enough to digest it. So I'm gonna get some sunscreen going because it's a bit bright out. Actually, it looks cloudy, but it's still 11 a.m. Usually the sun's pretty bright by now. So get some sunscreen going. Put that Garmin chest monitor on and head out the door. I got 6 miles today. I'm feeling good. I'm not gonna lie, I just felt like taking it a little easy this morning. Just kind of, instead of the wake up and hustle mentality, I was more of the wake up and wake up. So that's what today is. I'm gonna head out on the run. We have made it outside. It is 11:30. I mean, I'm not gonna have much left in my day, which is unfortunate, but I brought it on myself, you know. But I mean, it leads me to a great point here, and that is motivation / discipline. You're not always going to have the motivation. When that motivation dies off, you're left with discipline. You're left with yourself having to get something done strictly because you told yourself you were going to get that done. So it's no longer like wake up, feel good, get it done. It is, you will have days where it's wake up and get it done because you get it done. That's what you do. It's what you appreciate from yourself in the future. Let's say my future self wasn't out here walking. He was still inside and was like, you know what, I'm gonna take today off. My future self after that would have hated it. He would have thought, man, I wish I would have just gone on that run and got it done as opposed to staying in. So that's what we're doing right now. 11:30. When I get back, I'm not gonna have much of my day left. Just gonna fuel and head to work probably. So important thing is at least I'm getting the run done with an exterior motive being the fact that I have a marathon. So perhaps I would have just lifted instead. Who knows? Still getting my protein, my water in, just no stimulus for muscle growth. So that is what we're missing out on today. Yeah, I got a 6 mile run. Still probably an hour of effort here. Nothing too strenuous though. I'm gonna get this run done. And I'll see if I catch up with you during or afterward. We'll see. Haven't had a run where I'm running and I feel so hungry. I'm hungry, man. I can't wait to get home and eat. Like all I'm thinking about is food. And I'm 2.5 miles in. 2 miles left. I think I've been getting about sub 10 minutes on almost every mile, which if that's the case, that's amazing. That's great progress. What I find weird though is my watch said something about performance going up 4 points, which is very good. But also, the past 2 days, it's told me to take a rest day. This is why I say don't trust your trackers. I used to wear a Whoop and it would give me so many limiting beliefs that I stopped wearing it. So even with my watch, I have to be very cautious about what I start to believe. Just made it back home. I'm not gonna lie. I got no other thought in my mind besides these dates. And I ain't holding back. I'm grabbing 2, and I'm making my beef for the night, or for the day. Check it out. 2 dates, no remorse. Putting those aside and closing it before I keep munching on more. A well thought out, well deserved. I thought about this damn date for about an hour. So well earned, and it's so gosh darn good. Right, so aside from me eating 2 more dates of the Naglet Noor, when I got home I had the Majur dates. Aside from eating 2 more dates, puts me at 4 dates. We got a little bit of a different meal here. So from the Force of Nature I recently ordered, I'm gonna have to pull from that because I'm out of regular beef. I only have ancestral beef, no regular beef. So I grabbed some from the bottom. I picked out, in this case, a ribeye, because I mean, it's a ribeye. And I also picked out this bison beef breakfast sausage. So funny enough, this was a mistake on their end. I was supposed to receive a bison tenderloin, but they gave me this sausage. So I'm gonna give it a try. I'm still very excited to try it. It has grass-fed bison, grass-fed beef, salt, coriander, a bunch of spices, and some shiitake mushrooms. So that'll be exciting. I'm looking forward to trying that. I'm gonna do about a pound of this total. So this is 1 pound. This is 12 ounces here. This is gonna be a 4-ounce portion. It's probably about that much. Yeah, about that much. And then I'm gonna do 8 ounces of the ancestral blend for 1/2 ounce of liver of my daily intake, which it looks like it's leaking. But yeah, I'm gonna start by cooking this in the oven, making a patty, cooking that in the oven, and then I'll just use whatever fat comes off, whatever grease, and cook the ribeye on that. So I'll render the bottom. I don't want to cook this before the ribeye because I don't want this to soil the ribeye at all. I want this to be its own taste and this to be its own taste. I do kind of feel a little bit wrong about soiling the ribeye with liver. But I mean, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. It'll just give it a little bit of a irony like taste, which is not that bad. Not that bad. So I'm gonna get to cooking this patty, and I'll catch up with you if I decide to show you how I cook the ribeye. So I did end up throwing in the bison beef patty or sausage patties with my ancestral blend. So the ribeye is gonna have a little bit of a funky taste because there's a lot going on with what I'm going to sear it in. That's totally fine. I mean, I honestly am impatient and I just want this to cook up because I don't really need it to rest because it's already kind of like pre-modified. So I'm not gonna let it rest. I'm just gonna eat it right away. That being said, I needed a container to put it in. I didn't feel like using a new one. I'm gonna use the cheese one. Just gonna put it in there, which means I have to eat the cheese. That's all it means, which I am all for. And as you can see, it's already seeming like a higher calorie day by my decision making here. Well, I'm also gonna bring out a New York strip because I don't think my beef will get here in time. So I'm gonna have a nice New York strip tomorrow. That'll be about 10 ounces. And then I'll throw on the other 6 ounces from the patty, the sausage patty. So I'm gonna eat this cheese. Let's see how much it weighs out to. Probably gonna be about 2.5, 3 ounces, probably 3. No, yeah, 2.2. 2.2 ounces of manchego. Added that to the calculator. I've had 4 dates on top of whatever I had this morning, like bananas and such, berries. So I'm gonna start putting this in my calculator, get some water brewing, and just enjoy some cheese while I wait for my food to come out. A little insight though, I don't feel too guilty having extra calories because on my run it was kind of unnecessary how much I was craving calories. So I'm gonna enjoy myself with these calories. Just don't want to overdo the deficit. All right, so hear me out here. I cooked up those sausages real quick here, and then I cooked up the patty. Patty looks pretty underdone. Totally fine with me. I'm gonna toss that in that steaming hot oil right now, actually, before it's too late. But the plan is to get a nice crust, right, on this steak. Okay, it's already getting really hot. So because I want to get a nice crust on this steak, I got to get it to high heat first with all the fat already in the pan. And I got to be able to open this bag in time to do so. Okay, there we go. Now that the bag is open, grab my tongs here. I need to render the fat cap first. So a ribeye always has a part of it that has a lot of fat, like right there. So I'm gonna get that going first. Get all the bloods in there. Now it's gonna get messy really quick. All right, so now that we want that fat cap to be a nice brown. It's getting really close. We're just gonna keep rendering it. Keep rendering the fat cap. All right, it's a nice golden look to it. I'm gonna now toss the steak on there. And I just noticed I haven't seasoned it. Now steaks ideally you want to season an hour in advance at least, which we didn't do very well. But there we go. Nice amount of seasoning there. I forgot I'm gonna need my oven still on. Or I could eat this black and blue, we'll see. We'll see what the plan is. But I'm gonna eat this black and blue. I'm gonna let that sit for a bit. All right, I've let it sit enough. Honestly, I didn't even cut the clip. Like, this is me just going right back in. Make sure to get, there we go. Now I'm gonna bring out more of that fat in the corner. Make sure all the oil is being used. Now you could always throw on some more tallow or some more butter to give it a better crust. This crust is not good at all. But because we're cutting, I have to work with what I got. Some more salt on there. Nice and generous on the salt. Throw some salt over here too. There we go. We're gonna keep this out in case. I always salt to taste because my electrolytes always seem to be running low and I don't want to be cramping, so I salt to taste. Taste it. If it tastes salty, that's enough salt. If it's not salty, I add more salt. Do not be afraid of salt, especially if you're a runner. You need salt. We're letting that get a nice crust. In all honesty, I'm probably on the brim of getting my smoke detector will probably go off any second. So I'm gonna finish this off and I'll get back with you. I don't know how I just did it, but I just successfully got 2 flies out of my apartment. So on the previous clip, I was showing you how I was preparing a ribeye here. Now the only problem is a lot of smoke happened and I had to open the door and such, and then a bunch of flies came in. So I got rid of the flies somehow. I just pushed them out the door. But we successfully did it. My camera's out of space if you're wondering why I'm on my phone. But we have here a ribeye from Force of Nature, the sausage, and a patty. So I'm gonna give you a first impression on this sausage because I personally have not had it and I want it to be as authentic as it can be. So, sausage patty comes first. Nice and thoroughly cooked. I wasn't gonna cook it all that much, but I mean the packaging said thoroughly cook it, leave no pink, so here we are. Man, that's good. Now, no hard feelings on the salting aspect because I know I just eat everything overly salty. That is good. One more bite with extra salt on it. Wow. Yeah. Oh, there's still one fly in here. Damn it. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to get out. There was gonna be like 4 then in total. It's a good thing I reacted when I did. So, I'm gonna finish the rest of this. This is delicious. If you're ever curious to try it, I mean, have no fear, order it. This is awesome. Great, great patties. I'll eat the rest of this. I'll catch up with you when I cut into that ribeye. This just in, there is still a fly in here. I can't get rid of it. I'm about ready to give up. But, good news. The steak is cut into, and we got it mooing. Check that out. Moo moo. I'm excited. Some nice black and blue action with a little bit of a weak crust, but hey, can't get a nice crust when you're cutting, right? And also, I will update you later on my calories because they're actually not that bad. I thought it was gonna be like 2,700, 2,800. They're a lot lower than I thought. Probably because I'm not having 85/15 ground beef. Instead, I'm having a steak and the bison hybrid sausage because bison tends to be a little bit leaner than beef anyway. So a little bit lower on the fat content today, a little bit higher on the protein. Overall, lower on the calories. So I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna eat this ribeye before it gets cold. I just made it home, and guess what? The first thing I felt like doing was these gosh darn dates. I felt like popping this open and eating some. Look, I am hungry. Anybody that says losing weight is easy is out of their fucking mind. Like, you're putting yourself through suffering, no matter what. No matter what. I've put myself through suffering, I want to say 2 to 3 times. This time it's something different. I don't know what it is. I want to eat. I don't know if it's the fact that I just want to eat. I just want to eat. Maybe I'm burning extra calories this time compared to other cuts, and I'm in a larger deficit, so I keep rebounding, making little rubber band motions. But I'm struggling this time. I am. I'm sitting here, man, do I want to eat? I want to eat. I want to eat. But I'm not going to. I'm going to refrain. It is 9:15. I put in, let's see real quick, 29,981 steps. Almost 30,000. I mean, come on, give me the 30,000. 30,000 steps in one day. I'm recording on my phone because my camera is still dead. Therefore, I can't see my calories, but I believe they were 2,300. I'm going to say 2,300. I think it was like 158 grams of protein. I want to say like 110, 120 grams of fat. And lower on the carbs today. I think it was like 180. We're going to go with that just because my camera needs to charge and I'm recording this now. I'm gonna go to bed probably by 10. It's 9:15, so I'm just gonna relax, wear the blue light glasses, turn off the lights, put the computer on low blue light, and I'm gonna knock out. I am going to knock out. Not an awful day at all. I'm just hungry. Like, I want to eat. That's all I really want to do. I Want to chug some water, eat some dates, possibly some cheese, some blueberries, some honey. Oh man, it all sounds good. I'm gonna get my mind off it. I need to hop on this computer, distract myself, and make it to tomorrow. And put this camera to charge for tomorrow. See you fellas.